Uh, this is the inaugural day of a 6-day workshop to be held across 3 weekends. Python is a high-level general-purpose programming language. Its language constructs and object-oriented approach help programmers write clear logical code for small and large-scale projects. This workshop will cover an introduction to Python, a hands-on overview of Python environment setup, introduction to text editors, built-in data types and data structures, Python control flow, introduction to object-oriented programming, a bit of machine learning, and much more. For this workshop, we are lucky to have with us Dr. Durgesh Kumar and Mr. Rahul Rauniar as the instructors. Dr. Durgesh Kumar is an alumni of IIT Guwahati and has recently completed his PhD from the CSE department under the supervision of Dr. Sanaram Ranbir Singh. His PhD thesis is titled Significance of Hashtags for Improved Topic Modeling on Tweets. His research interests include topic modeling, natural language programming, social network analysis, and text mining. He has 10 years of experience in Python programming and 7 years of experience in building machine learning models, and he nurtures a passion for teaching. Our other instructor, Mr. Rahul Rauniar, is a passionate researcher, programmer, data science slash machine learning enthusiast, YouTube content creator, blogger, and doctoral student who's pursuing his research in transportation system engineering at the Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Guwahati. He's currently working with Professor Akhilesh Kumar Maurya on the topic of pedestrian safety at signalized intersection crosswalks. So with this, I would like to start today's session, and I'd like to hand over the metaphorical stage to Dr. Durgesh Kumar and Mr. Rahul Rania. Thank you.
Everybody has joined the meeting. Should we wait for a couple of minutes or should we start?
Start.
We should start.
It's very late now.
Yeah. So somebody is still requesting to join the meeting. SAB member, please take care of that. Somebody named Bharat Singh is waiting to join.
Yes, Bhaiya, we'll just get that in order.
Yeah. So my screen is visible, right? Slides are visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So good morning, everyone, and I sincerely apologize for all the delay and confusion. So let us start. The title of the workshop, as you all know, is the Python training for scientific computing and data science. So it is organized by the SAB, and thanks to the SAB member for organizing this on short notice. So first, let us understand why we should study the Python, or what is Python is all about. Like, if you ask a general person what is a Python, he will most probably understand about the snake or something about the snake. So, but here we are talking about a programming language which help us to complete different type of tasks quickly and integrate different systems. So Python has a lot of possibilities, like we can process a single file or multiple file, and there are a lot of libraries. So I am listing a key libraries and some key tasks here that we can achieve with help of the Python. Like with the help of pandas, we can process the multiple files in the CSV, text, or Excel format. We can use the Python for data collection, like the crawling Twitter data, web pages, databases. Like there are the few databases in bioscience where in the chemistry where they have the databases of the important elements, and they need to crawl those databases automatically. So important library are URL lib2 and TPy. Data cleaning, web scraping, and the simulation. Most of the simulation software these days we see, especially in terms of the nanotech and other like the physics it is based on the Python. So if we understand the Python, we can further work at a deeper level in this simulation software. Python can be also
Sorry
used
for the
to manage.
interruption, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, slides are not visible.
Visible first.
No, sir. Slides are visible.
Slides
Yeah.
are visible. Yes, visible. Yes, it is visible. Hello.
It is visible. Please check your internet first of all. If it is slow, then it will take time.
Dr. Durgesh, please go ahead. It's
Yeah.
visual to all.
Sure. So we can use it for mathematical modeling and statistical analysis, and the key library are NumPy and the SciPy. We can also use it for like the solving the differential equation, solving the finding the solutions using the genetic algorithm or other algorithms. We can also use it for the web development, Django and Web2Py. We can use it for the like the developing the machine learning models, and the scikit-learn or sklearn is one of the key libraries with good documentation supports. We can use it for developing the deep learning models like TensorFlow, PyTorch. We can use it for data visualization or plotting like Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotline, etc. And also we can use it like for many of times we have we have to run the same script with the different hyperparameters. So we can also write automation script to do multiple tasks, even the backup thing. Like the shell script is another alternate to do the automation of a script, but shell script is very tedious in nature of the script, like the syntax. If even if you add one space extra, it will not work properly. Python is more friendly, but there are some inherently like the shell commands that is useful for the processing for the larger files, but you can like the call those shell command within the Python script also using the OS and system library. And a lot of more thing we can do, like we can have design a game using the Python library. So the key like the YouTube's code, the Ubuntu login code, there are many places where the Python is actively used in the softwares and the packages developments now. So the Python has gained a significant popularity in last few years. So this is the Python ranking using the TOBE. TOBE is the Netherlands-based company. So this ranking is based on the GitHub repo and the Stack Overflow. So it has ranked Python as #1 programming language in March 2022. So and the percentage of rating has increased from last year is 14%, and there is like the significant change. And so there are more like the more ranking, and which has ranked the Python on the top 3 or top 4. So we can see the another ranking of the Python that is maintained by the PyPL. It has also ranked the Python as #1 in terms of the number of codes here and the popularity. So reasons, what are the reasons why the Python has gained this significant buzz in the last year? First thing is that it has support of compound data types, and we will see that when we like the make our hands dirty using the codings. So it has when we do the coding using the C, uh, we have to define the definition for the stack, queue, list, and data structure. But here the complex data structure are already defined and optimized. So we have to just use these like list, tuple, and dictionary. So in programming terms, it is also called as the batteries included. This like the support of compound data types helps a programmer to quickly work on the algorithms and other part rather than the redefining the data structure and again. It has a support of function, class, object-oriented based programming, and exceptional handling. It has a good documentation support and open source culture. So for any kind of Python programming, you will find a lot of official documentation. Along with that, you will find a lot of support over the Stack Overflow and the other blogs. So that's why it is very friendly for a programmer to start as a new programming language. The Python syntax are intuitively interpretable. So anybody can, even if he or she is not a programmer, he can read and understand the Python code. It is so easy to understand and interpret the Python code. Further, the syntax of Python is very easy, quick, and easy to learn. So also, I could not find the official comparison between the Python C and Java, but long back I have read that if we are writing 100 lines in C, then we can do the same thing in the Java with the help of 10 lines, and in Python, so 1 line. So that is the 1:10:10 is the ratio of the number of lines required for the Python, Java, and C. So also, because there are the way we write the Python language, like the dynamic data typing, it makes Python little bit slow. But if we properly utilize the Python library and the syntax, it will not be so much slow, because the lower level library is written in the C. Lower level library of all the Python is written using the C programming language. Further, the Python code is very easy to deploy on code on the web platform. So it will be very helpful to showcase our like the skills and the projects. So like Rahul has written a nice blog and deployed it on Heroku, like the given a data set, which distribution is better fitting distribution for a given data set. So you can check this uh, uh, and we will also show the demo of this in the coming lectures. It also supports a wide range of libraries for different tasks such as scientific computing, machine learning, deep learning, data processing, collection, manipulation, analysis, web development, and automation. Let us know the brief history of the Python. So this is the Python logo currently from 2006 to the present. And the Python was developed by the Geo van Rossum, and it was developed in it has been conceived since 1980s, but it was developed in the early 1990s. So 1989 December, the development of the Python, official Python, was started. So it was conceived in late 1980s and its implementation started in December 1989. Python was named after the BBC TV show Monty's Python Flying Circus. Python is successor of ABC programming language. Python 2.0 was released on October 16, 2000, and Python 3.0 was released on December 3, 2008. Many of the old software we will still find based on the Python 2, but many of the softwares, they have been like the transfer to Python 3.0, and the Python 3.0 syntax is not back compatible. So if we are taking the Python 2.0 code, we will not be able to run it using the Python 3.0 compile interpreter. So to run a Python program locally, we need a Python interpreter, Python 2.x or Python 3.x, a text editor or integrated development IDE. Like the example of text editor are Atom or IDE is VS Code. So we will prefer the VS Code, and package manager, and we need a package manager or environment manager. So what does this might be the new term for many of us. So what does mean by the package manager and what does mean by the environment manager? So my connection is okay, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So package manager, it used to install that. Suppose you need another package named as Pandas. You need another package named as Scalar. So using the pip, we can install those packages. So package manager is used to manage the package within a local environment. So in environment manager, suppose we want to have the different environment. Suppose one code is written in Python 2.x and another code is written in Python 3.x, and we want to simultaneously work on both projects. So we need a environment manager for that purpose. So we can use the Conda for that environment manager. Conda is both used as environment manager as well as the package manager. It can help us maintaining the environment as well as installing the package. So mini Conda is the small minimal distribution of Anaconda. It is very small, approximately 50 MB. So it is quick to download and install. So we will give a demo of Python installation over the Linux and the Windows system after this. So these are the two steps of the Python for installing a Python system for a local systems. We first have to install Miniconda and install it, and then we have to install the VS Code and install it. So for the Windows and Linux, these are the supporting documents. We will also update here the Mac installation. And now after these slides, the Rahul will show you the setting up of Miniconda and VS Code on Windows, and then I will show you the setting up of VS Code and the Miniconda on Linux. And the Mac, for the Mac, we will provide a documentation support, and we will support anyone who is using the Mac over the Teams or the chats.
Hello.
So
Hello.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, one is using the Anaconda. Is it required to install Miniconda also?
No, after the Anaconda installation, Miniconda is not required, because we are using the Miniconda because those who have not installed any one of them, Miniconda we prefer because it is very simple, like the minimal package. It is 50 MB. It takes less space on the disk also. So it will be quick, installation will be quick. Whereas Anaconda installation will take somewhere between 15 to minutes to half an hour depending upon the internet connection, whereas Miniconda installation will take roughly 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
And sir, if we are using PyCharm, then also it's fine, right?
PyCharm is ID.
Yeah.
PyCharm is ID. Like the environment manager, we have to install the one environment manager. So there are three parts. One is the Python interpreter. So this environment manager itself includes the Python interpreter. So PyCharm will also need the Python interpreter. So it will depend upon the one of these two things. So PyCharm is just a ID. What does ID does? ID help us to write a code in easy manner. It will suggest the keywords. It will suggest the syntax. It will also suggest these are the possible error and warning before you actually compile or run them.
Okay, so so I have downloaded PyCharm and I have Python 3.10, the interpreter. Then it will work.
But still we will prefer the Miniconda environment or the Anaconda environment. So Miniconda is better to install because of the time and the space required.
So sir, we have Python, so we don't we need to install VS Code?
Yeah, we do. It is better if you install, because we will give the demo in using the VS Code, and VS Code is very lightweighted, whereas PyCharm is very heavy. Like once we install once we start the PyCharm, even with the 16 GB RAM, it takes the significant amount of time, like the 2 to 3 minutes it takes to start. Plus PyCharm requires the license.
Sir, if we are using,
yeah.
Sir, if we are using the Jupyter notebook, we need to switch it to the Python. So VS Code.
Jupyter notebook, yeah, VS Code will support both the the .py file as well as the IPython notebook. So yes, we will recommend you to install the VS Code.
Okay, sir.
Any more confusion here?
These all the things can be done.
Your voice is not clearly audible. Can you please be little loud?
This all work can be done on the Jupyter notebook.
Can be done on the Jupyter notebook also, but like the VS Code also runs the Jupyter notebook.
Okay.
Hello. Yes, in this VS Code software,
We have opened one untitled this IPYNB script
So
file, right?
that thing we'll handle how to install and how to use it.
Okay.
We'll
So,
handle like in the subsequent time. So yeah.
there was one confusion only that we are not able to save it. Can we save that?
Yeah, we will show you. We'll show you. We'll take this main aim of this session is to help in installation only. So this is the theme of this whole session. Like the final takeaway, we want everyone, like the almost 90 to 95% of participants, to install it locally, and they are able to write a simple Python program and run a simple Python program. So don't worry, we will help you, and we have devoted the whole session of today for this purpose only. Is it fine? Yeah. So I shall proceed. So suppose, as I said, that will try that 90% of you install the software locally. Even if somebody miss for today, we will request them to use the Google Colab or Replit or Python anywhere for the 2 days lecture, but we are not going to cover any significant thing apart from installation in today's lecture, and we will help them, those who have missed, through our chats and the other supports. Okay. Any question till here? Like Python installation or popularity of Python or usage of Python? Anybody has any questions? So I can open the floor for the question answer.
Can you send the link? Can you send the link for Miniconda?
Yeah, we have that blog. We will share. All links are available on that. Soon I will demonstrate, so it will be there.
Yeah.
So,
Hi, Durgesh. Good morning.
hello.
Yeah. So I have one question here. You said
Hello.
if we have to compare
My connection
Python
was lost
and
in between. Yeah,
okay,
somebody
am I
has
audible
written
to you
a
now?
message that we should target for 100%. Yeah, we are targeting for the 100% installation, but still we are considering the error scope also. And we will cover the installation part if anybody is left in subsequent discussion or through the chat support. So I will hand over the session to the Rahul now. So Rahul, please show the installation for the Windows. So
Okay,
I will stop sharing my screen now.
Am I audible?
Rahul, are you there?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yeah.
Rahul?
Yes, yes. Am I audible? Durgesh, sir.
1 second.
Yes.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. Then I will share my screen. And please mute yourself, those who are talking in the background, so that I could share. Okay. So is it my desktop is visible right now to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So we have already sent one setup link. I guess Sav has already sent one setup link that how to set up Python and Visual Studio Code ID for data science. We will follow the same procedure. Okay. So for setting up, we will use such a Miniconda. You can directly search in Google, that is Miniconda download. Then we will install the VS Code, and then we will do the environment setup using the Miniconda CMD, that is command prompt. Okay. So you can directly search this Miniconda download, and after that searching, you will get the first one, that is Miniconda documentation. And once you click that, it will open this page, Miniconda. And I'm showing here only for the Windows. If you have other MacBook or Linux, Durgesh sir will demonstrate in next session. And so first of all, I will say that you should go for the Python at least 3.8, because some of the libraries or user written libraries that we will import later like for data manipulation or plotting, that will require this kind, at least such a latest version up to 3.8. Also, the VS Code requires this such a more than 3.7. So I will recommend to install that. So first you will download the latest one, this Miniconda Windows 64. If you have 32-bit system, then you will go for this one. Okay. And once you download this one, just click that. I will not download because it will start downloading. I have already downloaded. Next, once you download, then go to the VS Code and search VS Code download. It will show this first dialog, that is download Visual Studio Code, Mac, Linux, and Windows. You will open that. It will show this page. And as we are going for the Windows, it also has 64, 32-bit installer. So if you click this button, Windows, then it will start downloading the 64-bit one. Okay. So I have already downloaded that. And if you download that, it will come in browser's download menu. Okay, so from there you have to open it and then copy in one folder so that you can install it. So let's start with the Miniconda 3 latest Windows 64 version. If you click that, it will ask you, show you the first welcome page, and then click next. And you have to agree the license agreement. So agree. Then you need to select just me, not for all users. Okay, just me, recommended. Next. Then you can install it if you have C drive, and it will automatically create in your user a directory called as Miniconda 3. Okay, and I don't have memory that much, so I will choose another installation folder. You can do it other folder also, but for time being, I will go with the C drive. Later, I will uninstall and move. You can do that also. So whatever the default it is showing, like C users, my name, Rahul Raunier, and Miniconda 3. So next. And next, it will ask you to add a path variable. Okay, so path environment variable. Just to tick that one. And also here it's showing the register Miniconda 3 as my default Python 3.9. So it will install the latest one, okay, as a base. Later we will create environment and we can install 3.8, 3.7, whatever you want. So we are going with the 3.9. That is our base in Miniconda Python version. And you will tick that one, path environment variable, then click install. It will take some time, so be patient. And meanwhile, we can install VS Code, but it will make it slow actually. So let it finish first. Okay, meantime, you can also install if you would like, or you can follow later. I have already, we have already sent the blog. So same process. It will take at least 3 to 4 minutes. Okay.
Hello. Excuse me.
Hello. Yes.
Sir, it is popping up with failed to create menus.
Let me first demonstrate overall. If anyone facing any problem, we will try to resolve it. Okay.
चलने दे, ये इंस्टॉल नहीं करेगा और डाउनलोड पता है जो मतलब जब बात
Please put your mic on mute. First, let me show the whole process. If there is any problem, we will try to resolve it. Okay. So instantaneously, many people will face a different problem. Someone has say installing the wrong version in 32-bit. You are installing 64-bit. That could be a problem, but we will resolve that. Okay. So that is the purpose of this session actually, and we have whole week also. So don't worry. We are using Miniconda. Someone can also install Anaconda, but it is very large and it will take time because it has lots of pre-installed packages. That's why we choose Miniconda, because it's just installed in 1 or 2 minutes. So next, and we don't want this thing, so you should remove the marks, tick marks, and finish. We have now installed the Miniconda. Okay. And next thing is to install the VS Code. So if you click the installer, it will pop up. In welcome page, you have to accept the agreement. Next. Again, I'm selecting the default directory that is under C. You can change that also if you don't have enough memory. It is required. It will require around 288 MB of this free disk space at least. So next, I have already one exists. So yes, override that. And Visual Studio Code, it will show that in start menu, it will create a folder. If you don't want to create a folder, you can tick that. But I'm ignoring this one and going to next. So I'm also asking, selecting this, create a desktop icon. It will create a desktop icon. Add open with the code action in Windows Explorer so that you click that any Python file, it will pop up in direct in VS Code. And also this should be ticked, register code as an editor for supported file types and add path required to the shell restart. You tick all this, same as mentioned in the blog. Next, and install. So it is okay if you face problem. This happened during my learning process. I have faced that too. In 2016, this process was not that much easy. Now it is. Okay, it's now installed. So click finish and it will launch the Visual Studio Code. There are a few changes. Okay, so it automatically picked up some files. This menu will become in left side. I have shifted it to right side. It's my choice. So it is automatically taken my history. Okay, so you will get this menu bar on the left side. Okay, I'm getting it right side because I have said that. And it picks out the history. Yeah.
Excuse.
Yeah.
Rahul.
Yes.
Yeah. So here, just I want to inquire the participants, how many of them are using the Linux or the Mac? So can somebody write in the chats how many of you are using Linux or the Mac, so that we get a number if before configuring the VS Code. Okay. Mac. Oh.
Shall I proceed?
No. Just wait for
okay.
1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute. Linux. Yeah. So there are enough member for the Linux and the Mac. So since the Windows member already we have demonstrated how to install the Miniconda and VS Code. So I will do for the Linux and the Mac. Process is very similar, and then you can show the configuration of the VS Code. Then you can continue so that all will follow along. Otherwise, these people who have the Linux and Mac will not be able to follow along.
Okay, no problem. Then I will close the screen sharing and okay, you can proceed.
Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. I'm switching the system, so just give me 2 minutes. Till then, you can share the link here. You have the Google Doc link, Rahul, right?
Google Doc link or that blog link?
No, Google Doc link for the Linux. Both the blog link and the Google Doc link.
Okay.
Google Doc link. Shall I give if you don't have?
I have.
Okay, one second. I will give.
You have that folder open?
Yeah,
please,
I have. So just team members. Okay. 1 second. Just give me 2 minutes. From the Linux system, I am not able to share the things. Let me see whether I will open. My screen is visible.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Right now it's visible.
It's visible, right?
Yeah.
So any browser or the dock like that? What is visible on the screen right
One
now?
document, Google Doc.
Yeah, correct. So this is the link. So chat is not enabled for me now. More actions. So I'm not able to send here. So I'm mailing to the SAB and the Rahul. So somebody from the SAB or the Rahul, please paste the link in the chat. And the Mac installation is almost similar. So flow on, and if they still face the problem, then we will help them one by one. So I have sent the documentation link. Okay. So so similar to the as Rahul have shown, we have to first go to the Miniconda for installation of Miniconda, and we have to go to this website. So this website we have to just the Linux, and we have to download the first one, Miniconda 3 Linux 64-bit. Similarly, if the people are using Mac, they have to download the Miniconda 64-bit bash. Is it clear? They need to go to this site. Also, Rahul, please paste the link of this site in the chat.
Okay.
So go through this site, and the Windows people install the Windows version, the latest Windows version. If that is 64-bit, your system is 64-bit, install 64-bit. Otherwise, if it is 32-bit, install 32-bit. For the Mac, install the first one. For the Linux, install the first one. I mean, download the first one. So just I will click here on the download of the Linux. This is Ubuntu system. So I will save here, and it will hardly take few seconds. It is 72 MB only. So it is taking 30 seconds. So similarly, the Mac people can download here. This one, Mac OS. So after the download is complete, if the default download inside the home, it will come here, Miniconda 3 latest Linux 8664 assets. So because there might be more files here, we have created a new folder not named as software underscore installed, SW underscore installed, and we will move this folder, this file inside the software installed. So I have already moved here. So this is the here we have so we'll after that to install we will open a new terminal. So let me open a new terminal here. My terminal is visible. My terminal is visible, Rahul.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll go to the downloads directory, and then we will go to the software installed, because we have kept our Miniconda inside the software installed. So should I wait for others to follow for 1 or 2 minutes, or everybody is done here? The people with the Mac and the Linux system, please respond whether you are done or we need to wait for. You can respond in a chat. If we need to wait for a couple of minutes, say 2 to 5 minutes. Size of the terminal window. Is it fine now? Unable to install. First, have you downloaded the setup, appropriate setup for the Mac? This was the, for the Mac, this was the file, Mac OS 64-bit bash. Kuldeep. Yeah. Just need to move those folders so that folder not required, but there might be many more files here and it might look clumsy. So I have created a new folder and moved Miniconda here. So it has already, so I will replace here. So we have moved file here. No, it will be .sh file, bit bash, like that. See, .sh file, even for the Mac. No, you don't have to open it all. You just have to move it. I will show you. You don't need to open it. It is a text file only, but you don't can install. You just have to download and put in a separate folder like this, software installed. It is a text file only. It is a shell script file. Okay, so then you need to open a terminal. You can open in terminal on both Linux and the Mac. So you just need to open a terminal and go to the appropriate directory like downloads. You have to create a new folder, software underscore sw underscore installed, like this, and move it to the software installed. If you are not able to move it by the mouse, you can use mv command. Deepika, is it regarding the Windows or the Linux options? For Windows, you have to means click on that checkbox. You have to select that checkbox, the path. Am I audible, right? My connection is not lost, right? Somebody should respond.
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. So everybody just on who are on the Linux or the just create a separate folder downloads and move the Miniconda script, Miniconda download script inside the software installed like this. And you just come here, you go to the CD like CD down CD software installed, and whenever you see ls, you will see that Miniconda script is present here. And if you click ll, you will see the permission also, like read write permission, and read only permission. So like this. After this, just you need to put sh and this sh and Miniconda. So just even min and tab, it will auto complete for most of the computer. If it doesn't complete, just write complete file name and it will see, you will see like this. So you just have to keep pressing enter. It is the license term, and after that you will see, please answer yes or no. Do you accept the license term? Yes or no. So we don't have an option, so we obviously we need to say yes. After that, it is telling that Miniconda will be installed in this location. Press enter to confirm the location or specify different location. I am telling enter. I want to install in the same location. So it has installed the Miniconda. Now it is asking whether I want to add it to the start menu. Like if we start the terminal, should it automatically initialize the conda or not? So of course yes. So we will write again yes and done. We have installed Miniconda. Okay. So if we close this terminal and we open a new terminal, then we can see the base environment is activated here. So I will wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, same command for Mac also, Karan. We have the same command for the Mac. Because it is a shell script and the shell script is supported by the both Mac and Ubuntu, but only the installation file will be different for the Mac and the Linux. So the command again. Okay. So just we need to go to the, I'm starting from the phrase. We need to go to the downloads directory. I will enlarge my terminal. We need to, this is fine or this is better? Which one is better? We need the downloads. Then we need to go to the software installed. We see here Miniconda. We just write sh and Miniconda sh. It will ask, like, in order to continue installation process, please review the license. So we enter, it will show the license. Again enter, it will further show the license. So now it will ask, do you accept this term? Of course, we don't have an option, so we'll write yes. So now it will ask about the confirmation of the location. So if we want to confirm the same location, we just have to enter. Otherwise, we can specify which location to install it. So we'll accept this location only. So error because there is already existing the Miniconda. So I will remove RM-R, or better I will move home. So font size, do I need to increase the font size? Properties. This command is not for you guys. This is because I have already installed. So I need to delete that directory or move that directory. So I am doing this. This command is not required for you. Miniconda 3, suppose back. Okay. Now I'll start a fresh. So we have here Miniconda sh. So I will just write sh and Miniconda sh. Then I will see the license term. Then I will accept the license term. I will accept the default location. and then it will ask whether we want to initialize Miniconda. We have to write yes, and then installation is done. Is it fine, Kuldeep, now? And other participants? Please write if you are able to see the or follow up to. Tab member, there are few guests. Please check his identity. You are not go to the file. So can you open the Sridhar? Can you open the like the terminal? I'm getting this command every time I using terminal. Where installing it is giving warning. I'm not going. ZSH permission denied. Software, not ZSH, SH only. I can open, yeah. So after that, you just need to use the CD to go to the downloads. Like suppose you are here, so you have to go to the downloads. You have to go to the download, CD downloads. You just need to go type the command here, like CD downloads, and then underscore installed, and have you reached the software installed directory? Two meetings are still on. There are two meetings on.
Okay, so yeah, I'll look into it just now.
So only one Amit, only one person in other meeting. No CD documents. You have to write CD downloads. Same command on Mac also, Karan. So after the installation is done, if you open a new terminal, you will see like this. The base is activated here. So can you give, can you write in the chat how many person have successfully Miniconda on Linux or Ubuntu? Permission denied. Okay. So you, Kuldeep, are you in the appropriate directory, like in the software installed? And then paste me the like LL output of the command LL. cd software installed ll. No, if you are having the Anaconda, you don't need to reinstall the Miniconda. It will do. So to change the permission, if there is a permission issue, you just write sudo chmod a plus x and Miniconda. This one. After going to the downloads, you have to go to the software installed directory. Software installed. And type command ls there to show the list of files. With permission denied. Kuldeep, have you written the chmod command? Sound is not coming. Hello, am I audible now?
हाँ भाई
installed the Miniconda for Windows or the Mac or Linux, they can have a 10 minutes break. We will meet around 12:15 again. Okay. Those who have take a 10 minutes or break, we will meet around 12:15 again in the same channel, same link. So we are not closing the link. So those who have done the installation of Miniconda and the VS Code for the Windows, Linux or the Mac, they can have 10 to 15 minutes break. We'll meet shortly at 12:15. Okay. If you just open a new terminal, you will see the base environment activated. Or even if in the new terminal, if you just type conda, it will show the things like this. If you just type conda, it will show things like this. After typing the ls, you just need to, if there is no permission issue, just you proceed with the sh miniconda, the complete file name. Miniconda, I'm writing star to ignore .sh.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead. If anybody is facing problem, they can raise their hand one by one. Yeah, Ankit, what problem you are facing? You can unmute yourself and tell.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. Yes, Ankit.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Why is it necessary to install both Miniconda and VS Code? Because VS Code is used for C++.
No, VS Code is a IDE and text editor. Miniconda package installer and the environment manager. So have you installed? You successfully installed both?
No, I installed Miniconda. I didn't yet install VS Code.
So on which OS you are working? The Linux,
Windows.
Mac, Windows, no? So yeah, you just install the VS Code. We will use the VS Code for writing and running the Python program as well.
Okay, sir.
Actually, it supports more than 15 languages. We will show. while installing or creating the environment, we will demonstrate that what type of files it support. Okay.
Okay, sir.
No, if it is installed properly after double click, then you don't need to do through the terminal.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Sir, I'm using it on Mac, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
I have entered downloads, and after that software's download and software's install, and after that LS I have put that LS, and that Miniconda text file is being shown, sir. After that, what should I do, sir?
So you just type in, you are working on Mac, right?
Yes, sir.
So just type mini star.sh. If otherwise the complete file name sh and the file name, complete file name.
Sir,
sh and space.
Sir, can you type it on your computer?
Yeah, I have already typed in message. sh space min, capital min. If you do a tab, it will auto complete. Otherwise, if you direct like star sh like that.
Yes, sir. Now it is installed.
So you have like they accepted all those things, yes, and added.
Sir, I got it. Sir, press enter, sir. So there is, it has run some code. Okay. So after to do anything, sir, cond.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, after Anaconda, where do we access that command prompt or ID or something?
After what?
After installing Miniconda.
Yeah. After installing
How do we open it? How do
Miniconda,
we
start
access
a
it?
new terminal. Start a new terminal. If you are in Windows, if you are in a Linux or a Mac, it will show a base environment activated.
Okay.
So Mrityunjay, you can download you can install the VS Code on the Mac. Just click on the installation file. It will install the VS Code on Mac too. The blog have already displayed the installation instruction, and we have already shown for the Windows also.
Hello, sir. Am I audible? Hello? Hello?
Just wait. There might be some issue with his mic. Just wait. Okay. Let him one line first. Hello, Durgesh sir.
It opens the program once, but it seems it is not installed for further use. I close it once. Facing same issues while selecting interpreter in VS Code. After installing, yeah, Vamsi, we will show that in Windows. Go to Miniconda in terminal.
Someone asking one question. You can proceed. Okay,
Yeah,
he's online.
Yeah, yes, sir. I actually wanted to ask that, like as you said, if we open a fresh terminal, the base environment will be created once we have installed Miniconda, right?
Yes.
So like after that, when you like you gave the command no double L, then like after giving this command double L, it's saying ZSH command not found.
No. Have you installed Miniconda?
Yes, I installed it earlier. Okay, so like as you said, the base environment will be coming in the new terminal. So it is coming now. But after that, all the commands that you've written, it's saying that command not found.
No. LL command. It is not the part of so that Miniconda created in appropriate directory or not.
So like how do I know? Because base environment is coming, but if I
So
like
just type conda. Just type a conda on terminal. You will see the message. Just type conda.
like
Just
there's
type conda.
yeah,
You
there are a
will
lot
see
of
the message.
messages and options and positional arguments. So that means it is installed, right?
Yeah. It will
Okay.
show like this. I have typed on the screen. So it will show like this. So
Okay, yeah, it's coming. Okay, fine. That means it's installed. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That's it.
Yeah. So for the VS Code, you just need to go to the VS Code.
You are not audible, actually, Durga sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you just type the VS Code, and you can go to the VS Code and you can download the, like if you are on the Linux or Dev, or you are on the Red Hat, you can download the .dev or .rpm. If you are on Windows, it will show you the Windows file. If you are on Mac, it will show you the Mac file. You just download it and then install it. On the double click, it will install it. So
Mallika Biswas has raised hand actually. If you have any question, you can raise the question.
So everybody just download the VS Code for their respective OS. It might take some time, like the it is around 78.8 MB for the Linux.
Durga sir, please see the participant section. Some participant has raised hand actually.
So they can unmute. Are they able to unmute themselves? Mallika Biswas? Can you
Yes,
please
sir.
unmute?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible? So,
Yeah.
sir, after installation of Python 3. Miniconda 3.8, then there's some file came the conda bin, conda meta, DLLS. These all files came. But sir, when I just open the conda file, it's just just 10 or 20 seconds just stop, and then it will just automatically just off.
So you are on using Windows system or the Linux or the Mac system? Windows system. So you have installed Conda, right? And it goes away, right? So in your search bar, you can just type in your search bar, you will see the Anaconda prompt or Conda prompt.
Yeah,
We,
I see the.
we haven't
Yeah,
demonstrated that yet actually. Okay, so you could wait 5-10 minutes. I will show that.
Yeah.
That part is still there.
Yeah.
Okay, but till now my installation is done. Na?
Yeah. So VS Code, you just download the VS Code
Yeah.
and install the VS Code.
Yeah, I already downloaded and installed the Visual
Okay.
Studio.
We will demonstrate that. Okay, just wait.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Naga Sai, you have any question? Naga Sai?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I download the VS Code, sir.
Yeah.
After
First,
downloading,
let me know which OS you are using.
Windows, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
After downloading, I installed, sir, and choose Python as the language. So many languages are given.
Yeah.
After that, untitled one.
So VS Code we will demonstrate. VS Code will demonstrate. Just wait for 2 minutes.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, Miniconda I am facing problem, sir. So can I run on Anaconda?
Yeah, you can.
If you have installed, then you can run, no problem. Anaconda also run, but we are just demonstrating with Miniconda because it is small. So it will work same way.
Okay,
so those who are done with the query, please put their hands down.
Miss Deepika.
Yeah, Deepika, tell me your query. You are facing any problem?
Hello.
Yeah.
हाँ भैया actually मैंने I already had Anaconda and Python and Spider and Visual Studio Code, all of these installed in my computer already. And currently I am installing Miniconda and it is giving a warning. It says a version of Python 3.8 64-bit is already at C users some address.
So you don't need to install Miniconda. Even if you want, you can uninstall the Anaconda. Otherwise, it will be conflict. You can go ahead with the Anaconda. You don't need to install Miniconda explicitly. You have Anaconda installed. So Miniconda is a smaller brother of Anaconda.
Okay, now I have installed Visual Studio Code, and as I said that while installing Miniconda, it says a version of Python 3.8 64-bit is already at a certain address, but in Visual Studio Code, it is saying Python is not installed. Please download and install Python before using
We'll show
the.
this.
Okay, we will show this. No problem.
We'll show that.
Just wait for
Kuldeep, please go ahead with your query, if you have any. Please unmute yourself and tell your query. Mrityunjay Burman, you have any query? So SAB member, few people are unable to unmute themselves. Kindly you look into this.
Hello, this is Mrityunjay.
Yeah, Mrityunjay.
Okay, sir. Actually, I have downloaded VS Code on Mac.
Yeah,
it's downloaded a Mac as a Macfile.app. If I click it open, it instantly opens the whole interface of VS Code, but it seems that it is not installed. Because if I close it once, then for the next time, I do not show it in the list of apps.
Okay. So, but on double click, was the installation instructions come?
No, it instantly.
No. It will directly open. I know, but you have to drag that application from the application folder to your application menu. If you drop that, then it will show as a icon. Okay. Otherwise, it will not show.
Okay, I have to drag it to the application folder, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try. Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. On Mac, instead of bash file, I have downloaded the package file. Okay, and then installed it.
Yeah, that way is also fine.
Okay, and now after like installing Miniconda, do we need to install Visual Studio, na?
Yeah, after Miniconda, you need to install Visual Studio.
Okay. Then
we will illustrate how to create environment.
So I think the most of the people are done with the installation. So I hand over to you for the demonstration, Rahul.
Okay.
Okay, I will just stop sharing my screen. Okay, Rahul, you take over.
Okay. Is it visible right now?
Yeah.
Okay. We have installed the Anaconda and VS Code. Then you should first double click the VS Code icon if it is not open. Mine is already open. So this is the interface of VS Code. This menu will come left on your, if you have installed just fresh, then it will come in left side. I prefer in right side. That's why it's showing here. So to know whether our interpreter is already installed or not, first we have to also go to the marketplace, and we have to install one Python extension that will help us for better formatting or highlighting the codes that is provided by Microsoft. You can see that in this menu there is a 4-dot icon. You have to click that icon and you have to look for Python. And one extension will come here by Microsoft, this Python. I have already
Rahul, just be a little slow so that people can follow along.
Okay, sure. So let me demonstrate it again. So go to this 4-dot menu. It is showing in right side. It should be in left side. Okay, just click that. You also should have a good internet so that it will fetch the packages. Okay, so and type here the Python. Okay, because we need this such a Python plugin. So it is created by Microsoft and maintained by Microsoft. You click that, it will open like this. And there is an install button. It is already installed because VS Code also has syncing ability. You can also sync with your Outlook email or GitHub email. So it automatically might have fetched my history. So it automatically installed that. So you have to click the install button here. Okay, let me uninstall and show you installed. It will take hardly 10 to 20 seconds.
Somebody is not getting that interface, Rahul.
Which one? Which interface?
Like this four tab and then selecting the add-on, Python add-on.
So
Herschel is not getting that.
Preference. So from preference, you can go to the extension. Let me see it is coming or not. Let's close this. From preference, extensions, it will come. Okay. So you have to, if it's not coming, that menu, you have to first enable that menu. We'll do it later. First go to the file menu. Okay, then go to the preference. Then here extensions are there. Okay. So it will come like that. And type Python here. And the Microsoft one, click that one and click install. Okay. And next, once it get installed, please close this one. And from keyboard, you should type the Control-Shift-P. That is the command window or command prompt for this VS Code, from where we can, like, what is the interpreter, we can create, we can zoom out, lots of things can be done from here. And once you click that, in MacBook it is, I said, the command Shift P. Okay, so Control Shift P, it will come like that. Okay, so here it is showing that select interpreter. If it is not showing, then type Python. It automatically comes as Python select interpreter. So if we select that one, it will fetch whatever the installation you have. You might have installed the base Python from python.org earlier. If you have, then it will show here, or you have installed, say, other version of Python, it will show here. So for Conda, it is showing that we have already installed that in Windows, the 3.9 version. So it is showing that Python 3.9.7 is base. and it is under miniconda 3/python.exe. So conda it is showing. Okay. So you can directly click that, or we can run code. But instead of using the base, we will create one environment. Why we'll create an environment? Because for different projects, we might need a different types of package or different version of Python. Like say for a particular project, you basically need the Python 3.7 or 3.8 or 3.9, or say a specific version of package. So whenever you are working in a particular project, say two projects parallelly, so it should not have a conflict, because in background they will use the same installed packages. So they have the mechanism that will separate out the versions for different projects. Okay, so let's say that we don't want to use this base version, but we want to create a separate environment where we will install and maintain the packages and use those and this environment for our say a new project. Okay, so how we will do that? So escape, it will close, then minimize, and go to the Windows menu if you are in Windows, and search for this Anaconda prompt miniconda 3. Okay, anyone is fine, but I will prefer this Anaconda prompt miniconda 3. If you click that, it will open a terminal like that, and it's showing that now the base version is activated. Base version is our 3.9.7 installed with that Python version. Okay, and we need to create an environment where we'll firstly install our required packages, required version of Python that we'll use for say a particular project that specifically required those versions. Okay, so how we will do that? So first conda create. Okay, so conda create.
Rahul, people are requesting to go slow. We'll wrap up till this installation part only. We'll not add the more lectures today. So you have all the time till 1:30.
Okay. So up to this part, everyone has reached, I guess.
After selecting the Python, the people could not follow after selecting the Python.
Okay, let me go to the VS Code. Okay.
Regarding installation of Anaconda. When I'm trying to install, then one message is popping up like failed to create menus. So
failed to create
menus.
Okay.
So
then
three options are available: abort, retry, or ignore.
So we will handle this separately because we are already late. So send us a mail or some request. We will handle your case separately.
Okay. So I was in VS Code. We have installed from this extension the Python extension. After searching the Python, that is Microsoft one, I close that one, and after that
you just need to install the Python extension after selecting that.
Yes. Okay. Once the installation is done, just type or press this Control-Shift-T or Command-Shift-T. It will open the command palette. Okay. It is for VS Code command palette, and here you can search the Python, and it will show the Python select interpreter. If you click that, it will show that we have already installed. You might have previously installed many versions of Python. It will list all of them here. Okay. So we have installed just the miniconda with 3.9.7, so it is showing as a base version, Python 3.9.7 base, and it is under conda. Okay. So we want to create a separate environment to handle our packages and packages for our project. So what we'll do, close this, then minimize, and go to start menu and look for this Anaconda prompt miniconda 3. Okay. So once we click that, it will open this terminal, and it will show that we are in a base environment. Base environment is whatever the
Excuse me.
Yes.
Sir, I'm not able to see the text on the screen clearly.
Your internet connection is okay? First check that.
Everything is fine. Yeah. I mean, everything I'm able to visible. Just the texts are looking very small. The resolution is very, not very good.
Actually, it is handled by MS Team, so I can't increase the resolution from here.
Okay.
Even if you go to the blog, it is same actually.
Okay. Fine. No, I have done all that procedure through blog, but I'm thinking about what will happen. I mean, if when we will start coding or like
that one I will shift to VS Code after creating the new environment. I will show that. Okay,
fine.
So this is, we are currently under the base version, that is our with Python 3.9 version. And to create a separate environment, we have to create a new environment. And the syntax for that is you have to start always with conda, then create. Okay. Then what would be the environment name? / name, and say the environment name is say data science. Okay. And we can also specify that which version of Python should be installed as a base for this particular environment. Say our project requirement is that we want to install the Python version of 3.8. Okay, so Python equal to 3.8. Up to that, it is clear. Conda space activate space / hyphen name, then or dash name, then as a data science space Python equal to 3.8. So we are asking Anaconda to create an environment named data science, and we want the default as Python as 3.8 on that. Okay, so press enter. It will try to fetch the data from the Anaconda server, because it is also a package manager, and it will ask that the following new packages will be installed, because to create that environment, they need such a certain types of packages, such as dependencies. So press yes, proceed Y and N, it will ask. You click Y, that means yes, and it will take some time, so bear with me. So now it is installing. You can see that it's a Python 3.8.13, 16.5 MB, because we have requested forcefully that we need the 3.8 version. And whatever the stable version available with Anaconda, it will install that. It will take some time. Once it is done, okay, so it is showing that again it came to the base environment, yes, and we can directly type to check how many environments we have actually. Like base environment is there. Now we have already installed that data science environment. Okay, so we can check conda, type conda, okay, then space, then env, that environment, then list. We are asking to conda list all the environments we have. So if you press enter, it will show that we have now two environments. One is base. There is a star. That means that is the activated one. Currently base is activated. And there is a data science. Okay. So data science, we just created that one. So next what we'll do, instead of base, we will activate the data science as our environment, so that we can install some packages that we need for our data analysis or project to fulfill the project requirement. Okay, so to activate the data science environment, we have to type conda activate data science. Hello.
Yeah, Rahul, just a second. For the Mac and other Linux users, they can also create the environment in the similar way. They just need to open a terminal. They have to type conda create -n, and they will be able to do the environment creation in the similar way. So there is no difference there.
You can also find this in blog. Same.
Yeah, like the same command. You can write this command conda create -n data science Python 3.8. It will create an environment. Both in Mac and Linux, the commands are same. You just need to open a terminal and just type this command. And Rahul, can you just type the control plus or control scroll plus, so that when people are seeing it in smaller mode now, the fonts are not visible.
Control plus.
Yeah, or control scroll plus scroll up. one
Not working actually. I have to
not
see
working,
what
huh?
will be the command. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
So you can see that the base environment has star. That means our base environment was activated, and we have created a new environment. After typing, we can see that Conda environment list. It listed these two environments, base and data science. And now we want to activate this data science environment because we want to install packages on that. Okay. So how we'll do that? So we have to type. Okay. Let me type again. Conda activate data science. Okay. And press enter. Now you can see that in bracket the data science part arrived. Okay, so that means this version is now activated, and we can install different packages under that. Okay, so first thing we need because we want to work on Jupyter Notebook. What is a Jupyter Notebook? It is just a JavaScript version of a notebook. Okay, interactive notebook that is also supported by VS Code. So we need to install a linking package that will link the VS Code with the Jupyter Notebook so that we can work on Jupyter Notebook in VS Code. So to install any package, the package means our libraries same thing, and the libraries are nothing but a collection of user-defined as a code. Someone has written that code. You want to use that to do some analysis or to perform some computation. So Python, we install the Miniconda. The Miniconda has a server where they have all the latest package. They will maintain those such packages, and we can request Miniconda to download those packages and put in our environment in data science or link to this such environment so that we can use that. Okay, so how we will install? First, we need to install the IPy kernel so that we can able to open the IPython notebook in the Visual Studio Code. So how we will install that? Same, the conda install IPy kernel. Okay, so it will install under this as a data science environment. So once you press enter, it will ask the server, and the server has responded with these packages that to install the IPy kernel, you have to also install this. This package needs to be installed. Okay, so press yes, enter. It will take some time.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. So there are some questions. Can you please answer them?
Okay, tell me.
In the chat, there are some questions.
Chat. Then I have to move again. Let me just finish that.
Okay,
one.
I will read them out. I will read them out. You can answer that.
Okay.
So one question is like, could you please show the sequence after Control Shift and P?
Control Shift P. Okay, just let it install first. I will again move to this as a Visual Studio Code. Just wait 5 seconds, okay? Because the installation is running. I don't want to alter that.
So the recording will be available. So if there are any steps somebody is missing out on, they can just watch the recording again.
You can ask SAB members because I really don't have the answer. Okay, you can post there. I think someone has replied on that it will be available on request. So I will take your question after I am finished with this installation process. Okay, so moving on to the installation part, we have just now installed the IPy kernel. Okay, that we have to need. So to link to open the IPython notebook in VS Code. And next, let's install one data manipulation library or data wrangling library, say pandas. Okay, pandas is a library to manipulate or wrangle the data, like taking out some part of the data, extracting some information, manipulating input or inserting some changing data. Okay, so let's install another one so that we can verify that our VS Code environment, that data science environment is working fine. So conda, then install, okay, pandas, pandas. Okay, so it will take little time. So again, it is asking that it will require this package to be installed to work smoothly. Okay, so again, press yes and enter. It has one package that is around 100 MB. So you could try it if you are in IIT Guwahati, because you have free internet. And here I'm using mobile from mobile internet. So it will take a little bit of time, I guess, 1 minute or say 20 seconds. So it is installing the Pandas 1.4.1 version, 8.9 MB. You can see here, and this one takes actually time, 114 MB. This MKL version 2021. So just bear with me. It will finish within a minute.
So, Rahul.
Yes.
Can you also type the last command in the chat? Till that time it is installing. The people are asking the command. So can you type this command in chat?
Which one?
The last command, which you are installing the packages now. This one. Type in the chat.
Okay. Conda install pandas. Oh, someone has typed already. Conda, please, I missed it. Conda install pandas.
Thank you, Vamsi. So even
Sir, you are muted.
So you can give the multiple packages name at once also.
Yes, it is also possible. I'm just showing one by one because it is your first step. Many participants won't know. It is a first time. Even for me, if it is a first time, then it would have been difficult. But so that's why I'm typing one by one. You can type one after one, as many as Python packages you want to install. It will sequentially install those libraries actually. So we are now done here. Okay. So I'm minimizing this one, and again I'm opening the VS Code, and let's check whether this environment is available with the VS Code right now or not, or we have some issues. Sometimes it will come, sometimes it will throw error. So it is a part of the process. So let's again Control Shift P and select a interpreter it's showing. So click that, it will search for the freshly installed interpreter, and it is here, data science. Okay, and you can see the Python version is here. We have specially requested the environment to install 3.8. So it install the 3.8.13, and the environment name is data science, and it is under Conda. So we can click that, and it will remove this, and we can now show whether it is running or not. To check that, we can again Control Shift P. Okay, we have already created installed the IPy kernel, so we can directly ask to create a Jupyter notebook. So what is a Jupyter notebook? Jupyter notebook is nothing but a interactive notebook where you will give the input.
So people are telling it is not showing in Control Shift P. The shortcut might be different for the OS. Is it also dependent on OS?
Yes, Command Shift P for Mac. Okay.
Hello, sir. Can you just repeat this step, please? Python.
So here you can see that it is already showing. Show all commands, Control Shift P. Okay. So in Windows, so Control Shift P, it will come like this. And again, we have selected the interpreter, and we have selected the data science as our default interpreter for this current session. Okay. So this one. So it is set as our default environment, the data science environment in our current session. And let's say we want to create a Jupyter notebook, Control Shift P again, and you can directly type, or it will automatically show here that Jupyter, create new Jupyter notebook. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the data science one is not showing in my case, sir.
Have you closed the VS Code editor and then reopened it?
No.
So do that. It will search.
No.
Okay. So first close the VS Code, again reopen it. It will automatically, when you press Control Shift P and select the interpreter, it will automatically search for the new version of the interpreter wherever it is installed. Okay, and it will list them actually. Okay, So we have selected the data science as our interpreter. Let's create a Jupyter notebook. Control Shift P, and we can direct type. Hello. Yes.
This control after Control Shift P, when I type interpreter, it is not coming.
Interpreter.
What?
Your voice is not audible. Ankit.
My voice is not
Hello?
audible?
No, Ankit, other person.
Yes.
Okay. So you can type here
So
Python.
I have typed the control.
Yes.
Okay.
Type here Python : select interpreter. It automatically come. Okay.
Sir,
I have used several times. Hello. Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Actually, yes. Actually, when I'm trying to do that, it's still showing base, but not data science.
So you have installed it properly. Go to the Anaconda and check.
Conda env list. From the terminal, you just type Conda env list. In the Conda prompt, or if you are in Windows, just go to your Conda prompt. If you are in Linux or the Mac, you just go to your terminal and type Conda env list, and it should show you the data science.
Hello.
Conda, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, after installing this Python in VS, it is not opening this palette. Control Shift T I'm entering, but nothing is opening.
Not T, Control Shift P.
P only I'm using.
Okay.
It is
You
showing
are working on
creator
Windows
open a
or
Jupyter, Windows only.
okay.
So
So
it is not showing so all commands, like this screen is not showing, like so all commands go to file, this shortcut is not there.
No, that screen is not showing. It is showing create or open Jupyter notebook, select a Jupyter kernel, explore data and debug. These options are showing.
So just check in the chat. She has pasted the screenshot.
Yeah, I pasted the screenshot only.
Okay, let me check. This one?
Yes, sir.
It is get started menu. Okay, so just close it if you are giving a cross button.
Okay.
It is just welcome screen. That's why it is showing. If you don't know anything, then create or open a Jupyter notebook.
Okay.
Okay, so Control Shift P and type Jupyter. It will show that create a new Jupyter notebook. Click that one. It will create a Jupyter notebook, and this is a cell. Okay, let me move to the color to white actually. Otherwise, color theme. Default light. So now you can see that it is like a cell. Okay, and it is showing that untitled one IPyNB. That means IPython is a notebook. Okay, and our kernel is not selected. Here you can see in right side there is a select kernel option is there. You can directly click it here and select our default Python environment. That is our data science. We want to work on that environment, or you can do Control Shift P and select the interpreter from here and also data science. But sometimes it won't work, so select from here. Okay. So for this,
just one second.
Yeah.
Krishna Mohan, you can use the lower version of the Miniconda, like for the Python 3.7 or other thing, it will work. Like you can, on Windows 7, you can try Python 3.7 like Windows installer. It will work. If it is a 64-bit, you can try installing Python 3.7 Miniconda 64-bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have already opened from the command palette, created a new notebook, named it untitled one .ipynb. That means it is the dot notation extension IPython notebook, and it is an interactive notebook. And to run that, we have to select from here the kernel. It will show select kernel. And we have selected that our current environment data science 3.8.13. Okay, that is the suggested one. And we can also use the base environment, but we want to work our created environment, the data science. Okay. So let's try whether our environment is working or not. This is called a cell where we have to write the input. That input goes to Python, and Python will after crunching the data, it will give some output. Okay, so let's type 1 plus 1, and to run that you can directly type this one, execute above this one in left side, execute cell. Okay, or you can type Control Alt Enter or Control Enter. If you type Control Enter, it will just run that and give the output in below this cell actually. So the answer is 1 plus 1 is 2. So our Python is working. And if you want that it will run the code along with it will create a new cell at the bottom, then you can directly type Shift Enter. Okay. So that can be also done, that we want to run the code and create new cell so that we can type another one. Why we are using the Jupyter Notebook? Because Jupyter Notebook has the ability that in session, you can go for a problem step by step. Like say I have defined a variable here. If you don't understand that, it is okay. So the variable is saved. I can print this variable from here also. So every cell has that session actually. So Durgesh Bhai also to demonstrate how this actually works, but let me demonstrate the print. So it is printing the 2 because we have set a variable of 2. We will discuss later, but every session has that capability or has that memory of what is going on this whole session actually. Okay, and it helps in debugging our syntax when we'll go for data science work, like retrieving the data or then extracting the meaningful columns or rows, and we can go step by step. Okay, and it will print the results at bottom for each cell, and we can look for what are the problems and what we actually want, and that will help us to analyze our data. Okay, so it has also some shortcuts. Okay, so for the shortcut, I need that. Okay, just wait for a second. I have that shortcut written in a blog, but I can't remember it. So just for a second. Okay. So the shortcuts are like for VS Code, I have already given one shortcut, Control-Shift-T. So it is for our command palette. It is for identifying the different or changing different functionality of the VS Code or looking for something. Or we can also do it from this right side search menu. Okay, so here is a search icon is there. From here also we can search and replace text. It is also there. So next is if you are typing something and you want to highlight. So like say if you are typing as a print and you want to highlight control space, it will show suggestions, but it is not showing suggestion. Might have we missed something. Okay. Let me go for another one. So print. Let's create another session. Control-Shift-T. Create a new Jupyter Notebook, Python Interpreter 3.8.3. This happens. Suggestion for print other system 11. Let's restart it. Sometimes this happens. whenever you run something on cell, it will show something, the running time here. And once it is run, it will show a tick mark. Okay. And I think I have missed something. That's why it's not showing, or due to some error. Let me check whether it is installed or not. It's not installed. Something this happens. So usually,
what is the error now? What is the error?
Actually, it is not showing. Earlier, it was not showing what is like whenever I hover something. Help menu. Okay. So now it's running. Okay. So for print, okay, now it's running. So this Jupyter Notebook and that Python extension we have installed, that has also has package known as PyLens that has capabilities. So if you write a function, say I'm writing a print function, say x equal to 2, and now I want to print in another cell this x. Once I will start typing, it will show that what it will take. Also give some hint of the syntax. Okay, so like this one, and if I while my cursor is inside the print function, what is function? Please, I know it is a little bit confusing for those who are new to Python. What is function? We'll discuss that, but you can see that this editor also has capabilities that when I hover over the print function, then it will also shows what are the different values it takes and different arguments it takes. Okay, this kind of capabilities also it has actually, because it is JavaScript based, so we can also plot interactive plots. And another thing, like say y equal to say 3 and say z equal to x plus y, and print z. So right now I defined a variable x, variable y, and I'm asking to Python to sum this x and y and put it in z and print the z. Okay, let's see. For example, Durgesh Bhaiya, please mute. Your voice is coming. So for example, let's say I want to, I have a large code base where I want to replace say x. Instead of x, I want to write it say t or v. Okay, how we can do that? We can do that using say Control Shift L. Okay, so Control Shift L, and it automatically wherever I put the cursor initially, okay, it will automatically identify the variable that is x. When I press the Control Shift L, it will automatically identify that I am selecting the x, and everywhere in the code it will select, and we can remove that and replace with a t. Okay, so this kind of capabilities also VS Code has. That helps to make this such automated, the process automated. So now it is again running because we have just changed the variable. So this kind of capabilities it also has. And also from VS Code, this is an IPython notebook. We can also create a Python as a script. Let me first let's just save this one. Someone asked that how to save this one. You can press Control S for Windows, or go to File and Save. And if you want to save, say I want to save in desktop, I want to create a new folder, say test1, and inside that test1, say I'm giving this as name, say new notebook, and it is showing that what type of actually different types of language it supports. You can save as type. You can select here. It is selected as JSON, and sometimes it will show the IPy notebook. If it is not showing IPy notebook, what we'll do? Just here type .ipynb. Okay, and press enter. I think I wrote something wrong. Again, save. New notebook dot book dot ipynb. IPython is a notebook, and now it's saved as a Jupyter notebook. Okay, and if you want to again open it, say go to File, open File, and let's go to desktop and test1. All files, it should have saved on that file or somewhere else. Let me create another one. Control Shift T, new Jupyter notebook. type something, say x equal to 5, Control S save, and let's we want to save in desktop, and test1, say file name dot ipyng, ipython notebook, and press enter. Let's go to this one. Okay, it is created now. Okay, so test1. If you want to open that, you can go to close this one, go to file menu and open file, similar like we open any file, and go to this desktop, test1 and test1, and it automatically load that file. Okay, so this kind of capabilities also it has, where you can save it, you can modify it, and also whenever you run try to run this, always look for that whether the kernel has been selected or not. Okay, so it is, we are using the data science Python 3.8.13. So now if I run, it will run. Okay, the answer is say x is 5. Okay, and also it has you can also run anything from here. The terminal also available. So terminal, you can create a new terminal, and it also has terminal where you can see that, and at the bottom it automatically shifted to the default data science our environment, and from here only, instead of going to say this one to install our libraries Anaconda Plume, we can directly install from here. Conda install any Python library you want, and it will install to the data science environment. Okay, so this is the basic Jupyter notebook. We will use this Jupyter notebook. It also has lots of capabilities, like it also has markdown capabilities. This is just we wrote as a code. What if you want to show it in a presentation, like you want to share it to someone who should know that what is this code actually is. We can also please someone's mic is on, I guess. Please mute it yourself.
कैंपस में चलता रहता है ना वर्कशॉप
someone's mic is on, I guess. Okay, thank you. So next thing is, what if I don't want to show just codes, but I want to share this Jupyter notebook to someone who can also read what this code means. So we have to provide some instructions. Okay, so this Jupyter notebook, if you click that, it will show that it is activated. So it is covered with a blue line, and if you press escape, then the blue line has gone, so it is not selected. Okay, and when it is not selected, we can directly click here to unselect it, or we can when it is selected, we can press escape button to unselect it, and we can create a markdown. Here are two options are there, code and markdown. This is a code cell because we run a code and it given input and it printed the input. And let's say we want a markdown. Okay, so in next cell, say I want a markdown cell. So markdown is nothing but where we can put text and it customize it in a layman language, I guess, if I say, because it is very complex. You can also add like like HTML code and also modify it as per your requirement. So it is a markdown cell. Okay, say I want to type something, say the output is 5. Okay, and if I press Control Enter to run it, it will show it as a text. The output is 5. It is not a code, it is just a text. You can also modify it. Let's say you want to make it a bulleted point. So you can give a star, star and press Control Enter. It will add it as a bulleted point. Say I want to add a header. So press a hash. It will the level 1 header and set H1. So H1 is the level 1 header. That kind of capabilities it also has. So you can add some text or comments so that to whoever you are sending this file, he could also understand what you have written in the next code or whatever you have written. You can give the instruction here. You can also add image. You can color it. If you instead of single hash, you can give the second level second level with double hash, so it will reduce the size. You can give a third level, fourth level, and so on with hash. Okay. So this kind of capability also it has. You can read more about it because in one session we can't cover everything because it is so vast, and you will learn it over time with reading something or watching YouTube videos. But this is the basic things that you can do with Jupyter Notebook, and why we are preferring Jupyter Notebook over .py files. And .py files will be soon covered by Durgesh sir. This file, the Jupyter Notebook is basically mainly used for a data science work. So now I would like to hand over the session to Durgesh sir, who will show that how to run a .py file using this command line. Hello. Hello, Durgesh sir. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul. Thank you. So, how many people are still struggling with the installation part? Can you write in a chat message? Please write me in the chat message. Yeah. 1. Okay, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, any environment is fine. We will follow the VS Code, but you can use other interpreter too. 10. So I think out of 150 that we have, only 10 people are facing the problem in installation, and that too few people have the minor issues. Yeah. So what we will do, we'll give a blog or the doc of whatever we have covered today apart from the video recording, and you can check in your free time. So we'll post it by say today 9 p.m. or by the 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. So whatever we have covered with a basic Python file and the how to run it over the Windows, Mac, and the Linux. And you can check this. So we will not proceed with the further sessions now because I want everybody to follow along with me. So we'll complete the remaining part of the 2-day session tomorrow. We might extend the tomorrow session by bit. We are having only the afternoon session tomorrow. We are not having the morning session. So we'll post the 2-day sections blog or documentation by today 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. and we will mail you. So all those people who are not facing problem, they can leave the chat or they can leave the session now. Those who are facing problem, they can stay and we will try to resolve as much as possible. And thank you for your participation today. So, and thank you for bearing with us. We have faced a lot of issue initially. We are having the multiple sessions on, but I assure you that tomorrow you will not face such kind of issues.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you,
The
everyone.
rest of us should leave, right, sir?
Yeah, rest
Yes,
of you can leave. Those who are
Oh.
still facing some problem installation instruction, they can be present here, and we will present all the steps in the. We have already shared the doc for the Linux and the Windows. We will share further details by 8 or 9 p.m. today.
I would like to add that still those who have installed the Python and Anaconda, it is a big achievement. During 2016, it could have taken actually 2 to 3 hours for a single person to install. So the process is very smooth, and congratulations to everyone.
Yeah, now the process has been simplified, and now it hardly takes 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. Alok Senapati and Abhishek Kumar.
Sir, is the session closed for today?
Yeah,
Yes.
the session is closed. Only those who are facing the difficulty in installation, we will handle, and we will send further details over the docs or over the mail. And we will start the session tomorrow afternoon.
Those who have already installed the Anaconda and VS Code and it is running successfully on their computer, they can leave. Today's session is over for them. And those have any
Sir,
problem?
I have one doubt.
Yeah.
I have been using PyCharm, like I've started practicing on
Yes,
that, and the
yes.
interface is easy to use. So can I continue using that?
Yes,
I'm
yes,
facing
no
issues
problem.
in this.
If
Jupyter.
you are able to run the code Jupyter, then it's fine. It doesn't matter which ID you are using. We are just demonstrating it because many people are here, those have no idea about IDs.
We have selected the VS Code due to its lightweight nature and
Yes,
its
yes.
capability to handle both .py file and .ipynb file.
My favorite is VS Code rather than PyCharm because it is very sluggish. Though industry standard is PyCharm. Industry people use PyCharm because they manage so much codes.
So PyCharm also has all the features of Jupyter.
Yes. Python has more features. PyCharm has more features. Okay, but it is a paid version, and the whatever the community version is there, it doesn't support the Jupyter Notebook. I know because I have used that. You can download it using a student email ID. It is free.
Is it necessary to use the Jupyter Notebook?
Yes, because with .py
for the starting people, when we start the code, it is better to use the Jupyter Notebook for the learning new things rather than going with the Python script. If you are comfortable, you can from the Jupyter Notebook file, you can directly download the .py file.
Still, for data science, it is still popular because step by step you can see the data, you can manipulate it, you can look for the errors, you can identify different statistics step by step. Wherever the error, if it is a .py file and you are writing a 200-line code and somewhere it goes wrong, then it would be mess. So that's why most of the cases people use, though for analytical purpose, like the CS departments students, they use mostly, I know, the .py files.
So we start our development with IPNY file, IPython file, and once it is finalized, we convert it to the py file and we run it. Any more questions for today's session? Those who have any difficulty in installation can stay. Other can leave the session. There are no more sessions today.
No, Rahul sir, I just wanted to know
Yes.
This is let's say I am having one Python file. If I wanted to convert to the Jupyter Notebook file, will it be possible? Is it the easy conversion? Yeah, how it works?
Conversion is from .py to IPython. It is difficult, but the other way around is
so answer this question from .py file to .ipynb file, means IPython file. You can either copy the whole script in a single cell, or you can choose where to split, and you have to manually divide into the multiple cell. But conversion from IPython file to the .py file, you can just click on the file and export as .py file.
Okay, but the Python to Jupyter Notebook we have to do manually, yeah?
Let me show you. Okay, that is possible actually. Just 1 minute. Okay, so Control Shift P, you created a Jupyter, new Jupyter notebook, and type something, and the file option has save as option is there. You can convert it to any file. But usually, if it is a Jupyter notebook, you can convert to .py also. If you save as .py extension, also it has some functionalities that I will show later. That somewhere it was, but I have to
So
look for that.
his question is to the point, like how can we convert .py file to .pnv file? You can view within the Jupyter notebook .py file, but for the conversion, you either you need to copy paste whole things into single cell, or you have to manually divide into multiple cell.
Yeah, correct. I think the from Python to Jupyter notebook file, yeah, we need to manually do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So now approx 54 people, 56 people are there. So all these people are facing problem in installation.
Durgesh sir.
Yeah.
Just ask one by one. Some participant has raised their hand, like Alok Senapati.
No, just let us first finalize how many people are there, and then we will ask one by one.
Okay, that is also good. We have around 43 and 52 students are there around.
Yeah. So first we will start with the Windows setup. So how many people with the Windows setup are facing the issue? Please write in the chat their name. So we'll ask one by one. For the Windows setup, how many people are facing? So I will write the Windows setup and wait. It will be difficult. Yeah. After my message. Hello.
You are on mute actually. Okay. Hello. Please unmute yourself. Yes, sir.
I think everybody has installed the Miniconda thing. There is no issue in the Miniconda. They have issue only after setting up the VS Code, right? The software link is already mentioned in the blog. So you can refer the blog, and the blog link is already sent in the mail. So is there any person? There was one person who was facing problem for the Windows 7. Installation of Miniconda for the Windows 7. Yeah. So Krishna, have you used? You have mentioned that you have already the PyCharm installed. So you might have also installed the Python interpreter. So Krishna, unmute yourself and explain your problem. You are not audible properly.
Hello.
Yeah, your voice is not coming properly.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am saying that this Miniconda needed the Windows 8 or newer version. I am using Windows 7. That's why it is not running on my Windows 7.
So you write a mail because your voice is also not coming properly. So you write a mail keeping
I have already written a mail. I have already written an email that Windows 7 does not support Miniconda.
No.
It is also on their websites. It needed Windows 8 or newer. That's why I asked this question in the when I am filling the form. I have asked this question: which version of laptop is needed? Windows is needed for this program, particular this program.
Yeah, okay. What I'm telling that you write a mail to us giving us your contact details. We will contact you. Your voice is not also audible clearly. There is some kind of disturbance in your voice also. So maybe we can support you through the Google Meet or through WhatsApp. That's why I'm requesting you to contact us, keeping us and the SAB member in CC, and we will support you.
Okay.
Sir, can you guide after the VS Code installation and the Miniconda installation?
Yes, we are coming there, but we will come one by one, so that otherwise it will be random thing. No? We will be jumping from here and there. So apart from this, so nobody is facing any installation for the Windows system, any installation of the Miniconda. Is anyone facing any installation for Windows Miniconda? So I think nobody is facing for the installation facing issue in the installation of Miniconda for Windows. So anybody is facing installation or any issue in the installation of Miniconda for the Mac or the Linux? Creating a new environment, we will come, Damodar. Just will come soon after this. So only Alok is facing problem for the Miniconda installation for the Mac. Anyone else? So yeah, unmute yourself, Alok, and tell me your problem, what problem you are facing. Alok?
Hello.
Yes, you are
Good
audible.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, actually, I have installed Miniconda.
Okay, go ahead.
And I don't know how to create Jupyter file. Like Okay, I'm very new to this thing.
Okay, no issue. So everybody who has already installed, just open a conda prompt on Windows or a terminal on Linux or the Mac. So open a terminal if you are Mac or Linux.
Let me share
Conda prompt.
for Windows. Yes, from Windows, let me show you. Go to the
Windows. For Windows, you need to go to the Anaconda prompt.
Okay, Anaconda prompt, it's showing here, or search in the Windows menu. Okay, so Anaconda prompt Miniconda 3, and it will show, if you have successfully installed, it will show the base, this one.
But Alok, you have mentioned you are using the Mac, right?
Yes, sir.
So on the Mac, I am telling that open a terminal, not a Anaconda prompt.
Okay, I have already opened terminal.
Yeah, just type conda there. What is the output of this command?
One minute, sir. Yes, sir, it is working now.
Yeah. So just type conda. So other people, one more people are facing the Damodar. You were facing problem in creating a new environment. So Damodar, you are using Windows or Linux or Mac? Damodar?
Windows, sir.
Windows. So open a Anaconda prompt.
Now I'm trying with the blog. So it's working, sir.
Yes.
Windows with the?
I am trying with the blog. Like there is steps in blog. I'm trying with that.
Is it working now?
Yes, yes. Now like I will activate like Conda activate data science.
Yes.
In that, yes.
Okay, great. Any other people, anybody, either Windows, Mac or Linux, they are able to see this conda or conda activate or conda env list. Everybody just open a terminal or a conda prompt and just type the conda env list. I'm typing the command in a chat message. Is this command working for everyone? Conda env list. Yeah, Rahul has shared the screen. It showed like the base and data science. If you have created a data science.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
This in base in Rahul sir's screen, as we can see, c/user/rahul-raunier-miniconda3. Is this the path to the interpreter which we can put?
Yeah, correct.
This is the path for interpreter that we need to put in VS Code?
No, not that. This is the path where Miniconda 3 is located, and all the environment, all the packages that will install will be in the subfolder of this. This Miniconda 3 bean, something like that, we need to put in the path, but VS Code will automatically detect this path. We will let you know after a few minutes when we'll reach there. So Subham, if data science is not showing, you just need to type conda create -n data science Python equal to 3.8 whatever.
Minus name, not single minus.
No, single minus with n.
Okay.
Single minus with n is shortcut.
Okay, that will work. Yeah. Actually, this one is for base environment, that where we have installed the Miniconda base, that is our 3.9 Python. And this one we have through the environment list, we have
So
got this.
Shubham, we are waiting. Just you quickly do this. Conda create -n data science Python 3.8. And let us know quickly if you are able to install this or not. Font, go to the font, Raul. Font.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
More is required.
More is required. That time I actually forgot about it, that it is customizable in new version.
Excuse me,
of.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, this software I am unable to install in Windows 7.
You are Krishna, right?
No, sir. Abhishek Paswan, sir.
Abhishek Paswan. So Krishna, yeah, for you just mail us for the one more person. The Krishna is not able to install. We will help you both together.
Sir,
okay.
Could you kindly mention which mail ID I need to send?
So my mail ID is the k.durgesh, and Rahul, you please type your mail ID and the sab@itg.ac.in, k.durgesh@itg.ac.in, and Rahul, please give your email ID also.
Okay.
And also, while replying to this mail, you give your alternate Gmail ID and the WhatsApp contact too. Okay. Abhishek, you
Yes,
please send us mail with the Gmail ID and the WhatsApp contact details too.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, actually, one of my colleagues have accidentally installed all the supporting documents in the PowerShell, Anaconda PowerShell, instead
Okay.
of Anaconda.
So let him explain his doubt. No, you are asking the doubt of your colleague, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let him ask.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, my laptop, sir, like and Mac, sir, I'm not able to that first command create data science. That environment is there. Showing failed, sir. But how many times I've tried?
Can you repeat again?
Sir, in the initial thing we have done conda create name data science is equal to 3.8. That is
Python
I'm getting
equal
it
to
as
3.8.
yes, sir. Python is equal to 3.8.
Yeah.
I'm getting it as failed, sir.
Please
So
type
your
it in.
network, your check your network connection. Paste the screenshot error message and check your network connection. Just a minute. I am taking a 2 minutes break, and until then, Subham, let us resolve the Subham Banerjee, and then we will proceed with the VS Code and other things.
Subham Banerjee has posted messages.
So now we'll proceed with the VS Code. How many people from the Windows are facing the installation of VS Code or from the Mac, please
Everyone who is posting, please mention whether it is for Mac, Linux, or Windows. Okay.
just I'm taking 2 minutes break. I will be back in 2 minutes.
Hello, Rahul. May I ask a question?
Yes, yes.
So I have installed I mean this another data science what do you call it environment. Yeah, so I have done that, and I have installed IPY kernel, pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, plotly, all of that. And earlier I was also working on Jupyter notebook. So if if this data science environment is working in Anaconda, will it affect the working of Jupyter, or both are different?
Hey, Jupyter Notebook is just a code editor where you will give input and it will show output. But it will use the environment and its packages in the background. Okay. So those things are different. The Jupyter Notebook is depends on Jupyter Notebook. Whenever you give input, it will send the input to the Anaconda environment or the packages or the codes that environment has. Okay, and it will using the Python interpreter, it will crunch the data, and whatever the output, it will revert back into the Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is just a like code editor. Or interactive one. You can put text, you can analyze the or see the output or plots in the same below the cell. So that's why it is such a more preferred actually. Both things are different actually.
So when we are changing environment here in Anaconda,
yes,
the environment of Jupyter and all is not changing.
No, actually what happens, let me show you. This environment you have created, it is just for a particular project. Okay, say you are working on 4 projects, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each project has different requirements. Say the first project requires the Python version 3.8, the second project 3.9, and so on. Okay, and also the dependencies will be different for different projects because depending upon the Python and depending upon whatever the libraries you are installing. Like you are installing pandas, that library also depends on further many libraries like branch. it will also install those dependencies. So what we are doing actually, when you are activating a particular, say, creating a Jupyter notebook, and you are selecting a control shift, within control shift P, you are selecting an interpreter, you are asking that Jupyter notebook, which environment should I run for that project? Okay. Whether I should proceed with the 3.8.13 or 3.9 if you have installed, like here in our case base, or you can also create a separate environment with separate name with 3.9. And if I am selecting this one, that means now this Jupyter notebook will work on this environment only. 3. With this, whatever the kernel we are selecting here, like 3.8. So it is showing now that this notebook will run on this environment, 3.8.13 with data science environment. Okay. So for this project, it will run on that. You can, depending upon your project, it will automatically change. Okay, you can save this in a particular folder, and next time you will open, it will automatically set this to this environment, because it automatically knows that you have earlier used this notebook for this environment with this environment. Okay, so that is the purpose actually for environment, separating out the different installation package that we installed.
Okay.